love especially. All right, back to the excitement that we call motorcycle road racing. This is the Kawasaki Road Race Series. Another great start. Speaking about Kawasaki, Hamish Fox off the line. Wow, how did that come from? Of course, this is a man that was really only been learning, only his second season, and what a start he got out of the blocks that time. That's what off-road riding can do for you. He got an absolute bolt. It's almost as if the steel gate had dropped in front of him. It was like on a BMX bike almost, and how he was able to literally catapult out of the start, and on a smaller, lesser powered bike than the others around him, and he's gone straight into second place. And he's fourth, or maybe first. Look at the run on the inside. I think he's going to do it. Dennis, is he going to hang with him?
Yeah, of course he is.
Oh, of course he is. How good is that? So neat to see. Look at that. And in fact, look at the fact the other two then got caught on each other. And when I say that, because of course they were holding the line of which the other one had to batten off, and that's just given him, he's already got about 10 bike lengths out there. Well done to Hamish.
Oh, I'd say well done to Connor too. He's obviously put quite a bit into this boy, and it's showing out there. Just hope that Connor doesn't get too excited and jump through the fence.
Yeah, well, hey, I'll tell you what, if we can have Hamish here to help Connor as well when it comes to the up-and-coming Road Race Championship, maybe if Hamish is not going to ride, I'm not discouraging him from doing that, but just they obviously are talking in harmony. It is definitely working big time. Hamish, if you were to take a prize today for the most improved, man, this guy has come from nowhere to somewhere, and that somewhere is to be number one at the moment. And in this field, look, he's broken clear. This is the cloud, the old analogy, you could throw a blanket and cover the lot. Well, he has just smoked them. Look at this. That is not now just 10 or 20 bike lengths. That's more like 30. As he heads down to turn one, that's a massive start from that man. Hamish Fox, the learnings, he's and listening as well. Well, that is just a huge turnaround. What a rider.
Yeah, well, riding into that, when he took the lead, he put that guy off the line, which allowed that other guy to come up there, and they were tangling through the next corner. And he got 20 or 30 metres, but he's pulling away from them now even.
Oh, this is amazing. Holy Leo, just folks, if you've got an opportunity to watch Ctas for a recording, go back and see what this guy was doing at the beginning of race day. Think the fact that only in qualifying he only ended up being in fourth place, fourth fastest for the day, but he's turned every post into a leading post, and he's just got better and stronger, and now he's just bolted out from these guys. It's as if they've got the half throttle on the rest of them, and he's found the turbo switch.
Yeah, certainly, isn't it great? You know, to see a new talent going like that. As you say, the improvement today, if there was going to be a trophy for most improved, I would say even for the season, this guy's won it already.
I'm with you all the way there, Dennis. Great to watch. We're talking about a young man here called Hamish Fox, a newcomer. He was in the Z400, the Ninja Series, part of the Carl Cox Motorsport Hyosung / Kawasaki Cup last year, a debut year, and he ended up in second place behind none other than Jacob Stroud. So he certainly had some learnings there today. But now to be here on this standard Lamb's bike, the Z 400 called the Ninja, and here he is now to show us which way is the leading way. This is just brilliant indeed, and his racecraft is incredible. Look how low he's getting around the corner, the momentum that he's got. We talked before about some of his times, and a 170, he's in those 117s all right, and you're talking about some of the other guys out there are in times 119s, 120s and the like. So yeah, good riding.
As Connor said, he went out yesterday showing him lines and things like that, and then after about 2 or 3 laps, the red mist started to come down, so he backed off and got himself off the track. I'd say that this time he will have to bring the red mist on to run with the guy.
Yeah, well, let's hope he can do that again in that junior race, of course. That's one of the excitement. That's where we'll get the real gauge of him, because how much has he learnt when he comes up against the might of Team Stroud, and that will be an exceptional part of it. But just what he's doing here at the moment, I'm just finding this such a delight, and that improvement has been amazing. So bring it on. Hamish Fox, stand out of the day, Lamb's production rider. We go to Guy Mendez in there, Mark Van Wettering. We've got Chris Smith in there, Martin Platt as well, along with Andrew Baldero, Cullen Boyd, Ray Cox, who we've talked about, clubman extraordinaire on his old 2006 Honda VTR, with Lewis Shaw, Edwin Bolton, Adrian D'Souza. What's happened to Adrian? Of course, he was a winner of this one in the earlier part of the day, so he's changed from, unfortunately, a bit of a hero to zero, as Curtis Boyd out there will be Curtis. He's 2 laps in arrears. I think he might have been a DNF already, actually, in the race, by the way his results are showing up here. So We're now just seeing a little bit of a move up for Adrian. Yes, we are. Yes, Adrian's jumped up a few, so that's a little bit better. He's gone to 8th this time. So had no idea what happened. Dennis, had you spotted anything?
I didn't.
No, I didn't either.
Maybe he had a real bad start.
Well, and I'm not trying to take anything away from the performance of Hamish out in front, but maybe without an Adrian here, that's why it perhaps looks so good, because we know that Adrian had been one of the 2 front runners prior to that.
You know, the likes of Mark
Wettering,
yeah. And Guy Mendes were fighting out for, the places up.
So Adrian won race number 1, Guy won race number 2, and we could have Hamish here winning race number 3. So that's been you'd say a definitely change your performance. And you notice the way it's a production-based motorcycle. He's absolutely wringing the neck out of that little bike. It is worthy of no more when he heads down the straight here. So good. Vista Light Central windows and doors. Man, oh man, these guys are flying through here. This is good. And then when he goes into the corner, just dropping it over there as if it's got a set of zeros on it. He can just fly it in there and peel back the rubber and smoke it around the corner. But there it is, some great riding.
Just shows you actually how the influence that a superbike rider can have on people. I know I've been talking a bit, and I spoke to him up here earlier, with Mark Ross. He was actually taken under, while he was on the Ctas, he was taken under the wing of the Reeses.
Yeah, who are on Hondas, but sharing nothing of the fact that, well, it's on a different brand, doesn't matter. He's a young rider that they wanted to support.
Yeah, they've got the time. I saw them at Rapuna, do this, do that, drop your tyre pressures, do this, do that. And this was one of his first ever meetings. And of course he knows the lines, what to take through the lines.
So there we go, folks. Well, I won't call it a massive upset, but more importantly, I think it's a massive improvement. It would be the better way to do it. This young man, Hamish Fox, in flying good form here today, looking good with the white flag to go out in the Kawasaki Road Race Series. Round 1 here today. We're into our third and final round of racing on the day here. So smoking it up with still a couple more to go. So here we are now with our Lambs and Clubmans. And what is Clubmans racing? Well, it's many first-timers, but as nicely Dennis has pointed out, also to a man, Ray Cox out here. And Ray's been around a year or two, and this is just the class he's happened to be in. Hey, if I was a road racer, this is exactly where I would be as well. You want to be here to participate, and that's all you do. You're not going to jeopardise any young gun. You're not going to get in their way, but you're here to get a bike out of a shed, to come and blow some cobwebs off and to have a good time. And if you're going to be a guy like Ray that's doing as much off the track and working with clubs and other riders, you need to do that as a rider yourself, just so that you get that input and you keep yourself fresh in your mind and your body and your soul. So there's some great stories about Clubman's racing, and if you could have a World Clubman's Championships, well, you'd throw a whole lot of names in the hat and not know who you were going to pick out of it, would you?
No. And as you're saying, like the likes of Ray, I know Ray, I bet at the end of the meeting you're not going to get the smile off his face.
Yeah.
He's just going around there, and the saying goes, he's having a ball.
Here, courtesy of NV Motorcycles, Boyd Motorcycles on the Tarapa Straight in Hamilton, the Waikato capital, of course, the Chiefs capital. Good Chiefs on Friday night. Man, what a game of rugby. Thoroughly enjoyed that one. They should not have won that. That is an absolute credit to them. That's defence with a capital D. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Great rugger.
Unfortunately, I haven't seen any rugby for the last 3 or 4 years.
Oh.
Unfortunately, I was a rugby man when I was younger, but I'm just sorry.